Okay, so now today we're going to be working on animating text in Adobe Animate. So there's several different techniques that we're going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of them right now. So what we're going to do is I'm in a brand new document, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it a little better, and I'm going to set up some type. So I'm just going to use my text tool just like in any other application that we've been using. And I'll just do animate. Now you can do change and adjust the text just like in any other application. Over here under the properties, you can make it larger, smaller, etc. I'm going to go ahead and make it 200 points. And I'm going to go to paragraph and center it. And I could change the color if I wanted to. Just come here and make it that. So there's some text. So obviously, if you wanted this to just come in from the side of the stage, you would just take your type and you would go to modify, convert to symbol. And when it is a symbol, you can say OK, and you can have it over here in frame 1. And in frame 40, make a keyframe and you bring it over here. And in frame 50, you make a keyframe and move it back. And then all you have to do is insert classic tweens by hitting this button. And now we've got type that moves. But that's easy. That's just like using type as if it were some kind of graphic that you created. But let's see if we can animate individual letters. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer, and I'm going to delete layer 1. And I'm going to type in animate again. This time I'm going to grab my type. I'm going to center it. Actually, let's do that together. Let's go to align, and let's align it to the stage. Let's center it and center it this way. Now that that's done, let's go back to our properties and keep that handy. I'm going to select this item, and I'm going to have to move this over so that you can see a little better. I'm going to go to modify, break apart. So modify at the top, break apart. And what that does is it separates all of the different type. So I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to delete these. I'm going to delete these frames that were there. And I do have separate elements. I can do things with them separately, but to really do it, they'd have to all be on separate layers. But these are separate elements, and I want to go ahead and put them on different layers. Now I could copy and paste it, but you know, it's a waste of time because Animate allows you to say, modify, timeline, distribute to layers. And now we've got them all on separate layers. And so if I turn off the visibility, turn on the visibility, you'll see that we have something like this. Now the next step that we're going to do is going to make sure that we have the beginning of our animation and the end of our animation. So this is going to be a 2-second animation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on each of these lines individually, I am going to insert, not a classic tween. Remember, we have one keyframe right now. I'm going to insert a motion tween on each of these. And you've done this before. And what I'm doing is I'm giving myself something to animate in. So now I have motion tween. And what that means is if I were to come to here, I'll just do it in one step to make it easier. So here on my letter T, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let's go to 50%. Nope, still not going to be big enough. There. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the T out here. Then I'm going to move the A, this A out here. And I'm going to do it just kind of random. So I'm moving them off the stage. And you'll see that since I have done that, I've created an animation right there. Now I can also play with each one of these. So remember this dotted line that we've done with the motion tween, I can have it swing around and do something different like that. Oops. That's going to be neat. And this one, and that one's already there. So let's see what that does. So now they're kind of spinning in, right? Boom. And let's just say, for example, what I want to do is at this point, when they get to this point, out here, I want them all to have a different opacity. You're going to have to convert it to a symbol. So we say modify, convert to a symbol. And now we can do a color effect. We can have it come to here, and the A, we can adjust its alpha. And now when it comes through, it's going to fade in. Okay? And in addition to that, let's pick another letter, N. If we come here and we convert it to a symbol, I'll start using letter names to be less confusing. If we go to color effects, if we go to something like, we could use brightness, we can use tint. Let's try the tint. So let's see if we can change it. Make it a completely different color here. Now, as we go through, it's going to convert back in. Now, granted, most of the color change is happening off stage. I'm just showing you that you can do it. And the last thing that I want to show you is, and that's if you want to adjust the opacity, if you want to adjust the color, they need to be symbols like that. The last thing, and this is probably the easiest thing to do, is to grab your scaling tool, grab a corner, actually, this isn't the last thing I'm going to show you. Whoops, wrong corner. And so now, if I were to play it, I didn't change that little A down there because it was invisible, but you can see them come in. Now, the last thing I'll show you is you can rotate them, and they can spin when they come in. And if we do position and size, you see that you could scale it there. We could, don't want to mess with the line. I'm going to go this way. Oops. I'm going to go this way, this way, this way, this way, and where's that other A that's invisible? Okay, so let's see what we've got. So now you see they're all spinning in. Now, what if you wanted it to come from here to here? Right now it's going to play like this. It's going to explode. Well, all you have to do, and I'm going to move this up a little bit, show you a little better, is select all these frames. And what we can do is convert it to a frame by frame animation. Now this is, I'm not going to be able to make any changes through the motion tween. So, and I'll go ahead and I'll keyframe let's keyframe each frame. So this is, it's still going to do the same thing. It's still going to play the same way. But now I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to, oh, you can't see it. But if you move further down, it's going to say reverse frames. And so now my frames are reversed. So this is how it's going to play. It's going to come in that way. It's going to be out in the middle of nowhere, and then it's going to play in. And that's it. That's how you animate text in Adobe Animate.